everybody. Let's do a driving tour of Key West. We are starting out at Casa Marina, and we're gonna just do a quick driving tour of the island. So just journey with me. Let's see what we can see and drive through Key West a little bit. I don't really know down here too well, but yeah, we'll drive through and see what we can see. One thing I will say is people always say there's no parking down here, and that's not true, right? There is parking. You just have to know where to look. And one of the things about Google Maps is it tells you where parking garages are. So if you are coming down here, most of the places that you can stay at will have designated parking, and of course it comes at a cost, so you kind of have to be mindful of that. But yes, there are a lot of people who are driving around in golf carts, and a lot of people who take shuttles to and from their hotel to Duval Street. So, but there's still a lot of cars, right? So you don't necessarily have to take a bus from Miami or Fort Lauderdale or wherever you're coming from. You can rent a car and come to Key West. Or you can drive your own car if you live in South Florida or Florida. So I'm gonna come back to this street right here, which I believe this is Duval Street that we just passed. And the road that we're on right now actually leads me to the southernmost point in the United States of America. So on the continent, we are coming up to the southernmost point. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit beyond the stop sign. So it's right here on the right hand side. And there tends to be a line down here. So let me see if I can slow down and point the camera. So if you look to the left of the screen, you'll see the line of people who are waiting to take a picture with the southernmost point. So we'll stop right here for a second, and you can cross. So that's the southernmost point. That is the southernmost point of the United States of America. Funny enough, this naval base actually has the true southernmost point, but it's not accessible to by regular people. So because of such, it looks like there's a parade. So they have blocked off the road. Oh no, it's a 5K. So people are. So yeah, so this Naval Air Station, which Truman Annex, is where it actually has the real southernmost point of the United States of America. A lot of people don't know that. So everybody takes a picture with that sign that says southernmost point, but the Naval Air Base is where the true southernmost point is. With that being said, still is worth coming down here and taking a picture with the sign. It's one of the more iconic things to do here in West. So we're gonna turn right here, and as you guys can see, there's a lot of cafes, a lot of shops. Some people say it's not necessarily family friendly. People come down to Key West to, you know, have a good time, party, and all that. But that's not true. There's a lot of cafes. There is a lot of restaurants that are very family friendly. And there's a lot to do down here. The architectural style in this old part of the city looks a lot like New Orleans. So it doesn't look very Floridian. It looks a lot like New Orleans, with that old French architecture. Very interesting to see. A lot of rental cars. But this is Truman Avenue, which is US 1. Probably gonna go up US 1, but just not right now. Just going down the street just so you guys can get an idea. So, as you can see, and I'm driving a fairly big enough vehicle. And at a part like this, right, there's a truck on the side of the road, as well as people who are riding their bicycles. And I'm still able to navigate the roads of Key West. And as you can see, like right there towards the right, there's a parking lot. It's very pride friendly, so I don't know if you guys just saw, but there was a whole like rainbow section of the road a while ago. Yeah, this is Angela Street. That's running north and south. We're gonna keep going, and you have tattoo shops. You have lots of clothing stores. Lots of restaurants, Antonio's. There's a Mexican cafe here on the right hand side. Key lime. So key lime pies, and I had some key lime pie yesterday, because you can't come to Key West and not have key lime pie. And it's because they use, you know, limes from the Keys to make these key lime pies. And they're really, well, the one I had yesterday was really great. I mean, like, I would come back down here just to have that key lime pie. So this is Fleming Street. So yeah, so one thing to note, when you do come down here, have some key lime pie. Even if you're not necessarily a pie person, you know, it's definitely worth the experience of having key lime pie in Key West. Yeah, up here, as you can see, the buildings are smaller. This is Eaton Street. You got Berkshire Hathaway on the left-hand side. So a lot of the business that tends to happen down here tends to be on the lines of real estate or tourism. So the service industry, a lot of people who work in these restaurants or work in these stores or work in the service industry, it's not like they have a big financial hub down here or anything. It feels like a small island, right? I don't even think you have as many like fishermen or the fishing industry as it used to be. You still do have guys who go out and fish commercially, but it's nothing like what you're expecting, right? I think more recreational fishing is the big deal down here, where you have these charter yachts and they'll take you out, or charter boats and they'll take you out to have a good time. Over here on the right hand side, you have Papi Joe's, which is a staple down here. And in front of me, you have the glass bottom boats, so you can get a boat from down this side. So you also have all these roosters. I don't know if you guys saw that little rooster walking in the street. You have a lot of roosters. Me and the roosters are not friends right now, because there's a glass bottom boat in front of us. So we've made it from one side of the island to another side, and I'm gonna see where I can turn around and see if we can go back up, head north a little bit. It's been about 11 minutes. Cobblestone streets. These are the people that were in the race a while ago. I don't know if it's the finish line or the starting line. Oh no, start and finish. You guys didn't see it, but we're gonna head up. I'm right beside a cone, and we're also at a stoplight. So, Conch Tours, world famous Conch Tour train, that's in front of us. You can get tickets right there. So one thing, they call the people from Key West Conchs. So it's C-O-N-C-H. And you'd have had to be born down here, born and raised down here, to be a true Conch. They don't take lightly to the ones who move down here, even though a lot of people move down here to, live the island life, right? This is where we had dinner yesterday, so I'll show you that place because I actually do want to remember it and document it. This place in front of us with a big blue sign called A&B Lobster House. We had dinner here last night, and wow, this place is amazing. 10 out of 10. So right here, A&B Lobster House is where we ate, and I 100% will be back. I had the best lobster I've ever had, and it was not cheap at all. I think the entire bill. So just a little side story. Anytime you see market price on anything, just know it's gonna be ridiculously expensive, right? So we had lobster and we had crab. And the lobster, it was already expensive. The lobster was, I think it was like $60 for the plate. And it's like a couple bites, right? Because it's a lobster tail, and it's a medium-sized lobster tail. It wasn't the biggest, but it was cooked so well, it just melted in my mouth. And it had the sauce on it that was just absolutely amazing. And as such, right, we were like, okay, we'll also do the crab, but the crab was market price. I don't know if you guys see that plane landing, but there's a plane right above us right now. It's about to land. And the crab, being market price, was $127. So at the end of the day, we ended up spending $300, including tip, for dinner at A&B Lobster House. So if you do come down here, you have the budget for something like that, 100% definitely recommend, right? One of the best meals I've ever had. So we're on Duval Street, and I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, Duval Street is the main strip. It has all of the activities, all of the bars, all of the pretty much everything. I know the sun is kind of in your face, but you got the Hard Rock on the left hand side, Hard Rock Cafe, looking like we're in New Orleans. Pretty much all of the buildings looks like we're in New Orleans on Duval Street because of that old French influence. You have what looks like a church here on the left hand side. And keep in mind, this is literally my second time to the Florida Keys, Key West. We've been to the Upper Keys many times. I've been to Marathon for work. Daniel has done a couple of weddings in Isla Morada and Key Largo, but this is literally my second time to Key West. So again, in the night, Duval Street, where we are right now, it turns into the Mecca. It turns into the absolute greatest nightlife street. It's like Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale. It's like Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. It's like New Kingston in Jamaica. It really, it's like Times Square in New York City. See the big Cuban flag, birds flying over. You have a Walgreens pharmacy here on the left hand side that looks like a theater. You have the Pegasus Hotel right here, old style clocks, Key West Gallery. Just so much happening on the street. It's simply amazing to experience. We're gonna turn left at Truman Street. I don't know if this is not Truman, this is Angela. But yeah, this is Duval Street. But so I've been going east to west, and now I'm going west back to east. We're gonna go north at Truman. And this guy on the bike, as you notice, he's managed to keep up with me even though I'm driving. But yeah, a lot of bicycles, very bike friendly, very golf cart friendly. If you do want to rent a golf cart, they have places that you can rent the golf carts from. And in essence, when you rent a golf cart, it's perfect for parking because you can park anywhere. And you don't necessarily have to worry, right? As well as the bicycles, same thing. I have lots of places to tie up the bicycles. Or if you want to drive, like me, you know, and have the car seat in the car, perfectly okay to do such. So this is where we're going to turn. We're going to turn left, right here. At the end of the street, Duval, is the beach. I was just at the beach. It's pretty nice. The Keys in general, they're not known for their beaches, so people don't necessarily come down here to say, hey, I want to go to a white sandy beach, right? They come down here to come on Duval Street and have a good time. Or if you want to take the boat out, right where I just was by A&B, by the A&B Lobster House, you do have a pier. You have a dock. You have docks, and you can park your boat up and have a good time, right? But this is now Truman Street, so we're gonna leave the old city a little bit and head up to the more modern part of Key West. This is, again, over here on the left hand side, which you can't necessarily see, it's a restaurant called Better Than Sex. Let's see if we can pop you over and show you. Nope, it's not gonna turn all the way, but it's right there. It's called Better Than Sex. We went there the last time we were here when we didn't have Zadie, and that was most definitely an experience. So if you're looking for like a themed restaurant that's very raunchy, Better Than Sex is a good spot, right? Very, very raunchy. So yeah, so we're leaving the old city, heading up to the newer part of the city that just tends to look more like everywhere in America, right? With, you know, your dealers and your regular stores, your Home Depots and your CVS's and your Walgreens that look like regular commercial buildings. We're actually staying on US 1, so we're a little bit further north. So I'll be passing by where we're staying. But yeah, lots of hotels as well. And they trick you, I'm not gonna lie, because I got a room with an ocean view, right? But what they don't tell you is that all of these rooms with ocean views on US 1 point to the bay, and there's still this road, US 1, separating the bay from the hotel. So you have two things that are kind of annoying staying on US 1. And one is you have the roosters that wake you up in the morning. I've been up since, I don't know. We went to bed so late, and I've been up because of these roosters so early. But this is it. This is a perfect example, right? So, oh, you guys haven't seen it. I don't know when it bounced up. But yeah, this is a perfect example, right? So you have all these boats on the left-hand side, and you have Toyota on the right-hand side. You got Ford on the right-hand side. You know, I'm gonna fix you guys. So you literally have Miami subs. I hate Miami subs, but yeah, they're here on the right-hand side. You have gas stations. So all the boats on the left, all the regular commercial businesses on the right. This is Palm Avenue or First Street, and we are on US 1 that turned into Roosevelt Boulevard. So we're on that edge of, so if you're looking on a map of Key West, we're on the left-hand side. We're passing the Kava Bar, Liquid Pond, Kava Bar. You got Urgent Care over here on the right-hand side. You have another gas station. The gas right now is $3.88 down here. You have a Popeyes. You have a pet supermarket. And then, like I said, all these mega yachts and charter yachts on the left. You have Sonic. I've never had Sonic before. You drive up, make your order. You got Taco Bell. So, not to say that you have to have an expensive dining experience, but you know, for all the people that, like, you got Starbucks here on the right hand side. I might go and have Starbucks for breakfast this morning. And then you have these hotels. Well, you have Centennial Bank, Enterprise, car rental, self-storage. We are going over the Salt Run Channel, and we're coming up to the Denny's over here on the right hand side. And this is literally a strip mall with a Five Guys and a Winn-Dixie and a Ross. So even if you left some of your clothes, you can go to Ross and get some of your clothes. If you need some parts for your cars, there's an AutoZone down here. So very suburban United States of America right now, right? With the strip malls, with the Five Guys and the Winn-Dixie and the Ross. On the left-hand side, you literally have a Home Depot. So, and it's a fully stacked Home Depot. It's not a small Home Depot. It's your typical Home Depot. You have a Publix over here. You have, let me repeat that for you guys. You have a Publix in Key West. So after you leave the old city and you're in this side of the city, it's everything, every and anything that you would think America would have, right? Wells Fargo, and Dunkin' Donuts, and again on the left hand side, you have this beautiful bay. It's not the ocean, but it's more like a bay. You got a TJ Maxx, so you have a Ross and a TJ Maxx, and the Publix is over here on the right hand side. So Wendy's right here, and a drive-through liquor place with an IHOP. Of course, the parking lot for IHOP is completely and utterly full. So now you start to see some of the resorts. So there's a Havana waterfront resort. You're lying, sir. It's not waterfront because you have the road separating you from the water. Same thing with this one, the Laureate waterfront. It's not waterfront. You have the road separated. So we're staying up here at the gates, which is multiple properties. I think it's like 3 or 4. So there's a McDonald's. I might just go to McDonald's instead of Starbucks. But you have the 24 North right here, right? So we're staying in this property. So it has 24 North has a Starbucks, and then it has the rum row, and the gates. So right here, we're now at the top of the island in Key West, and this stoplight is the road that takes you back to Miami. So this takes you back on US 1, which runs all the way up through all of the Keys, and that's the entrance and exit to the Florida Keys. So I know I'm pushing 28 minutes, but just wanted to drive around the island just to give you guys a good idea of how small the place is, right? So, and as you can see, it's literally a double lane highway, or double lane road. But again, this is now we're still at the top side of the island, but we're heading back to the east side. So if I was on Duval Street, I'd be passing a lot of restaurants, but with nothing being on the left or nothing being on the right, the speed limit increases. I can now go, 30 miles an hour. And we're just past the DoubleTree. I don't know if you guys can see all of the boats on the left-hand side in this inlet area. But we'll end the video on this side of the island because this is the Atlantic Ocean that you're looking at. Welcome to Key West. So, one thing I did notice, this is a Hampton Inn right here on the right hand side, which same thing, you get the ocean view room, the road separates the ocean view rooms. So I don't know if you guys can ones yet, but it's still nice. Don't get me wrong, it's still nice, right? You sitting on your porch, looking out into the open ocean. Have a really nice pool area over there. Benihana. If you want some steak or seafood or sushi. And guys, this is the Key West International Airport. So, the Key West International Airport. A lot of people do not know. A lot of people do not know that Key West has an international airport. But I don't know if you saw, but halfway in this video, there was a plane that was landing. The plane that was landing over here. So, a lot of rental cars over here, and the car of choice down here is a Mustang, a convertible Mustang. So, they have a lot of convertible Mustangs driving in and around town with Illinois plates on them, or just a lot of Mustangs in general. And we're not talking small planes, we're talking, you know, decent sized planes. These are legitimate airport. It's not a small airport. But yeah, for somebody like me, it's just a 3.5 to 4 hour drive from Miami. You know, we don't need to fly down here. And Marathon also has an airport, but this is not a Marathon video. This is a Key West video. So, self-sustained down here. You can live your life literally, never have to leave the island. It has everything. It has car dealers, it has a Home Depot, it has a Publix, it has schools, it has, you know, communities. I don't know if there's a lot of HOA communities down here, but I do know there's, you know, clubs, clubhouses, things like that. Yeah. But like I said, it's not known for the beach. So if you want a white sandy beach, you know, go to the Bahamas, right? If you want a clear, you know, no seagrass, almost like see-through water, very clear turquoise waters, go to the Bahamas. But if you want an island feel in the United States with all the United States' amenities and level of service, you come to the Keys. I think we're gonna end it somewhere off here. If you guys watched till this point, I hope you do make it down to the Keys. I hope you bring a car. And I hope you enjoy your time down here. There's a lot of things to do down here. If you have kids, bring them. If you don't want to bring them, don't bring them, and really enjoy Duval Street. You know, if you have a spouse, bring them. If you don't have a spouse, you can come down here and act like a crazy person. Don't act like a crazy person. But yeah, it's a good time. It's always a good getaway. Lots of people running up and down, working out. And we'll pretty much end the video where we started, right? I'm gonna make a left here. We're heading back into the old city. So you can see this apartment building. And that's one thing about the architecture of the Keys in general, right? I think after the 1970s, they changed the way they build. And what they'll do is that entire first floor, so about 7 to 10 feet, of the entire first floors of the homes that are built after the 70s are on stilts. So they'll use those stilts to enclose a garage, meaning the first floor of a lot of these homes are not livable spaces. It's just a garage, and the second floor ultimately is that it's our first floor. It's where you have the living rooms and sometimes the bedrooms and so on and so forth. And so what that allows for is when a hurricane comes, or if it floods, it only floods the garage. And that really helps to not have the disastrous damage that you otherwise would have. So I think even yesterday we saw some homes that were being built, and Daniel was laughing because it was literally like, you know men who walk on stilts. That's how the houses look. It's like stilts and then the house. And you do see that in the Caribbean every now and then. Like I've seen that in St. Lucia. You see that in Cayman. But that's how they build the houses here now, after all of the hurricanes that they've had and experienced. But yeah, guys, this is where we started the video. So I've driven around the island. It took me 36 minutes, and we did some back and forth. Very small island. In the middle of the island is a lot of homes, so I didn't really drive through any of those communities. But this is Key West. This is a public beach here on the left hand side, and they have parking. You just pull up to the left. There's a racquetball competition going on right now, so you have all of these people who are playing racquetball. Higgs Beach. So yeah, so on the left hand side, this is Higgs Beach, and the road that we're on is also Higgs Beach. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, consider hitting that like button. If you want to see more driving tours, so this is Casa Marina again, and we're gonna end the video right here, just where we started the video. So yeah, if you like this video, guys, consider subscribing. This is Casa Marina, which is really nice, really nice. Thank you, guys. Now let's see if I can upload this video in 4K HDR. Oh, let me drive in one of these residential streets in the old city, just so you guys can get an idea of what these communities look like. So this is a residential street. I love the houses down here. They are all so quaint, surrounded by trees, palm trees. Like I said, a lot of rainbows. Very pride friendly down here. And don't get it twisted. Like, these homes, as quaint or as cute as they seem, they're millions of dollars. All of them. So they're very expensive down here. Maybe you could find like a fixer-upper that's not as expensive, but for the most part, all of them are pretty expensive, especially if it's a single-family home and not just an apartment. But yeah, guys, I've lost my voice. We're coming up to 40 minutes, so we're gonna end the video here. So again, thank you for watching. If you would like to see more of this content, hit subscribe. We do lots of driving tours and lots of feel-good family videos. And I'm gonna make a feel-good family video for the keys to separate from this. So yeah, consider subscribing if you do want to see our trip from start to finish. Take care, guys. Catch you on the next one.